Salvage Chernobyl.
That answers your question.
Welcome back to our reaction time. Today we're going to take a look at Grayson's 3rd birthday for Paw Patrol Cake. And you know what that means? Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie's coming in theaters. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we go. Nerdy Nummies.
Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome to another Nerdy Nummies. Today I'm hanging out with my sister Mo. Hey everybody. I'm so excited because we have not baked together in a minute. It's been a hot minute. Mo's busy. She's run business. She's got a baby. It's just been too long, so we thought it would be really fun to get together and make a very special cake. If you like watching videos with Mo and I when we're baking, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe,
I'm Gretchen.
and ring the
So
bell
glad
to
to see you.
notifications
So
every
how
time I
is
post
your
a new
day?
video.
Very
We're going to be
amazed.
posting a bunch of really fun
Still got the
videos
25th
this year.
birthday
I
on
don't want you
Klingman?
guys to miss anything. So Molly,
What
today's
do
a very
you know
special
about
day.
this guy?
What kind of cake
Very
are we making
organized.
today? We are making a birthday cake today. It is
Birthday
Grayson's
cake for Paw
3rd
Patrol.
birthday. I cannot believe he's 3 already, and he is obsessed with Paw Patrol.
Loves
So
it.
we are going to make an epic Paw Patrol themed birthday cake. And at the end of the video, we're having a birthday party for
Oh, birthday's coming up! Woo!
Also, we're
Very
excited
amazed.
because this part of the video is sponsored by a brand that I love, HelloFresh. If you'd like to check out HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com and use the code ROSE16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. Again, that's HelloFresh.com.
That's
and use
very
the code
creativity
ROSE16.
on that.
All right, without further ado,
meow.
let's get
Get
started.
started.
I thought of some surprises.
Ooh, I like what you're
That
saying.
match our sweaters. Very Paw Patrol. Here we
Okay.
go. I got this for you.
Little chase headband.
Yeah. And this for me.
Okay, Marshall.
First step to making this cake is we're going to mix together
Marshall,
the ingredients for
Chase,
a large
very
bowl
amazed.
of a lot of cake. We're making
Very
a
giggling.
tiered cake. Some of the batter will go into the 8-inch rounds, and the
Still's
other
a little
batter
bit
will go
better,
into the 6-inch
but
rounds.
everything's
And
still
what
changing.
kind of cake are we making, you ask? We're making Grayson's current favorite, which is funfetti. So it's a delicious vanilla cake, but we're doing custom funfetti colors. We picked sprinkles that are like the colors of Paw Patrol. And the recipe and all the ingredients and their measurements that
Very
we're using
amazing
today,
on
I'm
that
gonna put below
birthday.
in the description.
Very
so if you want to follow
amazing.
along at home and make this cake,
That's
you can.
awesome.
Let's start with the flour.
Here we go.
We're going to pour a lot of flour into the bowl.
And did you know
Oh, yeah,
that Paw
it's a
Patrol
lot.
came out in
Alright, so add
2013?
all the flour.
That's celebrating
We're
the
gonna
10th
add
years
some
of
baking
Paw
powder.
Patrol.
There you go, Mom.
But it was a
And
Canadian
little bit of
TV
salt.
show ever.
Then whisk together till well combined.
Next step,
But
we're
this
gonna
TV
put
shows
together
come
our
from
butter,
Canada.
shortening,
But
and
anyways,
sugar in our stand mixer.
we're
And
gonna
you
still
can
be
do this
cooking
by
a Paw
hand
Patrol
or with a
cake.
handheld electric mixer.
Very
but
surprised.
I just prefer this one. It's easier to do, especially in such a big quantity.
Yeah, we got a lot of butter. And a note about the butter, you want it to be at room temperature. You don't want it to be cold right out of the refrigerator. And you don't want to add melted butter.
Shortening.
Perfect.
Look at that sugar.
And the sugar. Let her rip, Molly. You're just going to let them keep mixing together until the mixture is light and fluffy, well combined. Oh, Molly, that looks amazing.
Oh, it looks good.
Now, this is what you want.
Now
This is
that's
light,
very
fluffy,
amazing
looks
on
like
that
a sweet
cake.
Cloud of butter.
Give me a reason
This
I'm
is
telling.
it. Now, the next step, we're
That's
going to
still
be
got
adding
icing.
eggs. Usually I do them one at a time, but we've already cracked them. We've got all of the
Amazing
egg whites. So
working.
the whole egg, you'll end up with a yellow cake, but we want a vanilla cake.
Wow.
We want it to be more white.
Oh,
so we
very
want those sprinkles to
deliciously.
pop. And I'm not going to be adding all the eggs at once. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time because, whoa! We're gonna
Okay,
mix that
there we
up.
go.
I was hoping to add it in thirds or fourths, but that was a halvesies moment. And in between each addition of egg, you can scrape down the sides of the bowl and the bottom. You really want to make sure we work in the egg to all of the batter.
Everything's about
Add a
now
couple
about
more
sugar.
eggs, mix it up,
I
and then
love
the last
these
of the eggs,
ingredients.
mix it up again.
I love
Next,
these
we're gonna add our
delicious birthday
extracts,
cake.
A lot of vanilla
anything.
extract.
Yum.
I'm gonna pour it in.
Right.
And a little bit of almond extract.
Get in that cake. Okay, this is looking good and mixed. What are we doing next?
we are going to alternate adding our flour mixture and milk, starting and ending with our flour mixture. So we'll add 1/3 of the flour, mix it up, 1/2 of the milk, mix it up, another 1/3 of the flour, mix it up.
I guess I'm going to love this too.
And end
How
with the
very
rest of the
adorable.
flour. Mix it up.
All right, the batter's looking nice and smooth, and we are ready to put the fun in funfetti.
Yeah, let's put the fun in funfetti. Molly, grab the sprinkles.
Here we go.
Yeah, do the honors. Pour the first ones in there.
This just looks good.
Oh, it's so pretty. And now I'm going to add some yellow
The
sprinkles.
yellow, Rubble's color, and now Chase's color, blue.
Yeah, oh, you got to do Chase because
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, just looks like an ice cream sundae right now, you know?
Then using a spatula, fold the sprinkles into the batter. If you've never folded before, it's very easy. You just scoop
very
underneath
mixed.
the batter,
I
flip it
know
over and turn.
but
It's much
still
more
so
gentle than
open,
just
yummy on that
mixing it.
delicious
You don't wanna
cake.
break these sprinkles apart.
Very amazed.
Marshall, what's next?
Let me tell you, Chase. We've got our cake pans in front of us. We've
Oh,
got
very funny.
and
No.
we've got 4 8-inch rounds. All the pans, as you can see, are already greased and they're lined with a piece of parchment paper cut out at the bottom. Here's the paper. Just put it in there like
That's so
so.
soft piece of
I
paper.
love to do this because it really ensures that your cake is not going to stick to the pan. Whoa, let's start
Oh my
with the
gosh.
big cakes now.
Now
This is
that's
batter for all the cakes.
awesome.
We're just gonna
I know about
eyeball
that
it and
this one for
distribute it
that.
evenly as
Still
we
got
can.
20 minutes.
So Mo's spreading
I
the
guess
batter
at
flat
least
with a little spatula. So
21
if you
minutes
spread
to
it
40
flat, you can kinda
seconds. Still got the
counteract that
long video on
natural
mine.
bake.
All right, the batter's all poured out and smooth out in the pans.
And it's time to bake. This is a job for Marshall. I'm going to
Okay.
bring the fire. I'm going to bring the heat. You're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and bake the cakes for about 30 to 35 minutes. Just keep your eye on it. Every oven is different. Once your cakes have baked, give them.
Oh, I guess they're gonna love this a little bit tasty on that.
Make sure they're
Thank
completely
you.
cool.
How very
before you
delightful,
decorate them with
delightful,
icing because
amazing.
It will melt the icing.
And they can crumble a little bit when you're trying to spread it if it's
Yeah.
too warm still.
We're going to start with our first tier, our 8-inch cake. So in front of me, I've got a turntable, woo, which is one of my favorite baking tools, and a little cake plate. All right, Molly, you ready?
Yeah,
I'm going
here.
to put a little icing right on the cake plate. There we go.
Here
And that's going to help it stick. It's going to be a little glue.
Still got a
Because
lot
the
of
cake's
funfetti.
baked so beautifully and so
Ooh.
flat, I don't need to do any leveling. We're just going to leave them as a natural cake. This also saves a lot of time. That's a good tip. Here I've got a bunch of buttercream icing that I've scooped into a piping bag with a big circle tip at the end. Now you don't need the big circle tip, but I'm doing a very generous layer because I'm trying to get these cakes to be about 6 inches tall. I want it to look very grand, to look big. So just pipe icing
really?
all the way around,
But that
like a little
sounds a little
fence,
bit part
and
of the
then
delicious
fill it
yummy
in.
cake.
I like to do a zigzag motion.
I
That's
know
my
a big
favorite.
dog on
Then,
that.
using an offset spatula, you're just going to
I
gently
didn't
smooth
know
it
about
out.
this for you
Once you do that,
guys.
you can add your next layer. This cake's almost done. Last thing we need to do, add a little bit more icing on the top and the last cake layer. Our first cake is stacked. We're going to pop it into the refrigerator to chill for about 20 minutes while we assemble the smaller cake. And we're just going to stack ice, stack ice, stack ice. And then when you stack, the top layer is upside down.
That's right. All right, we've taken our cakes out of the fridge. They've had plenty of time to chill, and now it's time to ice them.
And just remember the icing does not
That's
need
really
to be perfect because we're
amazing.
gonna be covering
That cake
most of
is
our
so
cakes with fondant. When I
amazing.
ice cakes, I like to start
I
at the
love
bottom
this
and
delicious
spin,
cake.
spin, and work my way up the cake and then ice the top.
Still got icing on that top,
I'm
man.
just gonna smooth things out.
On
just
chill on
against the
top.
cake, and just keep spinning around and around until it's nice and even. The cake is looking pretty good. Again, doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna cover it with fondant, but I'm just gonna keep smoothing it out with a spatula, getting it a little bit more flat. When you're covering a cake in fondant,
Oh,
you don't want
yeah.
the icing to be too thick because if you pipe on too much icing, the fondant can kind of warp. If you have any parts that are exposed, I wouldn't even sweat it because the fondant will be forgiving. So there we go, nice and smooth. Now you're
Very
gonna pop this cake
intense.
in the fridge to
Wow.
chill for at least an hour. I know it's a long time, but you really want
I
this to
can
set,
really
really
chill it
to
out
chill
on that.
before we assemble.
And while this one's chilling, we're gonna do the exact same thing to our larger cake and ice it all around.
Oh yeah. Once the cakes have chilled and they're ready to assemble, that's when we're gonna roll out the fondant, because you don't want to do it too early, then your fondant's gonna dry out and crack. So you want to do this right when the cakes are done chilling. So in front of us we have a silicone mat. This is going to make things a little bit easier. You can also use a big sheet of vinyl if you want. It just has to be thin and lightweight, easy to pick up. So here we go. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, roll up your sleeves. All right, we're gonna take a thin layer of something, and we're gonna spread it over the mat. I'm not sure if I've ever shown this technique. Maybe when I was coloring fondant, I did a tutorial a million years ago, like covering your hands and shortening before you dye a fondant. This is going to help the fondant not stick while you're placing it on top of the cake, and it adds a little bit of moisture. All right, Molly, this is good. Okay. Now we're gonna roll out our blue fondant to cover one of our cakes. We've just got it wrapped up tight so it won't dry out. I'll just give it a little heat. We've got it in a circle dish shape, and we're going to try to keep that shape to be about 21 or 22 inches. That's why we've got a really big mat here. And if you know the height and width of your cake, you'll know how big to roll out your fondant. This cake that we're going to cover, our bottom tier cake, is 6 inches high and 8 inches wide, because we're doing the 8-inch rounds. So we're going to need a piece of fondant that is 21 inches in size. The fondant is all rolled out. Now let's have some fun. I've never done this technique before, so I'm really excited, but it
I
works.
am so excited about that Paw Patrol cake.
And it's a
That's really desired and delicious too.
So Molly, if you'll grab those quarters, I'll grab these quarters.
Okay.
And then Denise, who's helping us over here, will you bring in the cake, Denise?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Denise. All right, now watch this, you guys. This is like almost a magic trick. Flip it upside down. It's going to stick. And then we can kind of eyeball it. All right, then we're going to gently place it down. Oh, I'm a little longer on my side, but that's okay. And gently peel off.
So much easier than the rolling pin method.
This is incredible.
That's
this is just incredible.
Oh,
beautiful.
Wow. Now for some more helpful tips. First, I'm going to use this fondant smoother and smooth out the entire top to get all the air bubbles out.
Yeah.
And then press around the sides a little bit so no air can go back into the top, so we just keep that nice,
no air,
smooth top of the cake.
That still a little less in my heart.
Get that fondant to stick. And at the bottom, when it's folding like this,
that's really engaged.
And stretch. It has some flexibility here. It has some give. And then you'll see right here, again, I kind of gently pull the bottom as I press on the cake. And you can get all those wrinkles out everywhere. And the more you practice this and get more comfortable with it, you can do the entire cake without one crease.
I'm going to let you do this part. This part always makes me so
Molly's stepping
nervous.
Away.
Yeah,
it's so easy. See, you just pull out the bottom here. Just give it a light pull and then press against that cake. Okay, now we got to cut off the excess fondant around the bottom. Now I've pressed it down to the end of the cake.
You still need to cut that cake
really
until
easy.
you got that,
So the small sharp cutting knife, be careful, don't get your fingers. We're going to cut around the bottom of the cake and cut off all this excess fondant. And to remove the fondant around the cake, you can either use the small cutting knife or some baking scissors. And you just cut, boop, and remove. As you can see, the cake is covered in fondant and smooth, and we did the exact same thing to our smaller cake, but with red fondant. Now it's time to stack our cakes and make this cake a 2-tiered cake. But before we do, we've got to add structural support. Support is so important. If you put this cake on top of this cake,
might smush it.
Yeah, in some cases it might hold up for a minute. I wouldn't suggest it.
And who doesn't want support? Everybody needs a little support.
I would heavily suggest support because when you get a cake this big and tall, there's a lot of weight and it could move and sink in. So for structural support, you can use any kind of cake dowels you want. They make them out of wood, they make them out of plastic. I've got boba straws, and these work really well. There's nothing wrong with using what you got. If you've never used a cake dowel before, place one to do a cake, let me show you how to do it. It's very easy. Just
very easy on that, you guys. I guess gonna love this.
Go diagonal with it. Make it as straight as you can. And then you're just gonna mark it with your finger of where it's at the top. pull up just a little bit, and with some baking scissors, just cut.
Woo! Okay.
Then press back down into the cake. Then you're just going to keep doing this. Add a couple more.
All right, the cake is all supported, and now we're going to stack our cakes.
And before you place that cake on top, I'm just going to put a little
Wow, that's an easy job done.
And in the middle for our top cake
I
to
guess I'm
stick.
gonna love this.
Look, I'm going to do a
one,
smiley
too.
face for you, Molly.
Okay, we have to slide this guy off.
Okay. Slide on to the top. Ready, go. Go. Now it's time for my favorite part. It is time to decorate. And to decorate, we are going to be using some fondant. I forgot to
Ooh, I
film
guess
this,
gonna
but I
love
actually covered the
this.
cake board with a thin layer of fondant just here at the bottom. All right.
Still
so
an eye in that case.
What color fondant
You're
do you
very
have?
amazed.
We have red, blue, gray, yellow, white, and brown.
That's right. Because we really want the decorations to look like the show's logo and their font choice, even the lettering, we had to create templates. So Molly, you want to hold up the little shield? Because that's
so we
cute.
have like their logo right here.
So you can just print them out, cut them out, and you can see right here. And we're going to be rolling out fondant flat and then cutting out the shapes and the letters. I got an idea too. I think I want to put a dog collar on the cake. Oh, that's cute. Is that too weird?
No, that's really cute.
That's really
Okay,
amazing.
Let's start with the bone. Just print
Very
out
weird.
a picture of a
I love
bone
that.
would look good on the side of the cake. Maybe up here, maybe here. We'll see. We'll put it together. And now we're gonna roll out our yellow fondant.
We'll
and
take
white
it down
fondant,
to a
and let's
bone.
cut out some bones.
I guess gonna love
Add a little
this.
bit of cornstarch so that the fondant doesn't
Gimme.
stick to the surface. I'm just
Gimme
taking a
that.
little brush.
I guess
Or you
gonna
can use
love
your
that.
hands, really. I'm just gonna brush
Ooh,
it here
I
so
gotta
it
love
won't
that.
stick. Now we're gonna roll it out using a little fondant roller. You can also just use a regular rolling pin, whatever you
That
got.
still's got a lot
Once
of
you roll
rolling
out your
pin in
fondant,
here.
place your template on top and cut it out. This shape in particular, I'm gonna be cutting not right on the line, but I'm gonna be cutting just a little bit above it, giving it a little bit of space because I'm going to cut the same shape out of white
It's a lot of
fondant
space
and layer
coming
it together.
through,
Once you cut out
isn't
your
it?
shape, just peel off the excess fondant. Now we're going to do the same thing with white fondant. Now I'm going to stack the bones on top of each other. A great way for fondant to stick to fondant once it's dried is just using a little bit of water. It acts as glue. Oh, pretty. Looks great. And now we're going to cut out little letters for Grayson's name. For the letters we're cutting out today,
you
I'm
still
just gonna
decorate
roll
on
out
the
some fondant.
on
And
that.
these are stencils. to
Still
cut
very
out the font.
creative.
Just place the stencil on top. And again, you can use a small cutting knife or an X-Acto
That's-
knife, whatever you
that's
have around the
good.
house. And cut out your cute little letters.
Wow,
Again,
that's a
using
lot
a
of
small little
letters.
brush, we're going to dip it into a little bit of water, paint the back of our letters. It's going to help be like glue and stick onto the bone. You can add as many details or as little as you want. And as much dimension. Like this is 3 layered and it's so cool. I'm going to stick this on the cake right now before our fondant truly dries and hardens because the cake has a slight curve and you don't want your fondant to fully dry out because then it
Oh
will break.
my
So touch
goodness.
it, use a little bit of royal icing. Perfect. Then to make the Paw Patrol logo, we're using the template that we cut out, and we just cut out this inner part to get these different sizes. And as you can see, we rolled out fondant. The largest was the blue around the outside, and then the smallest was red, and then we cut out an intermediate in between, and the gray fondant. Now we're gonna stick them together, again, using a small little brush and some water. Molly, you wanna do this one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can put on there or the back side of here. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the red. Layer it. Look how cool the layers look. That looks like a police badge.
Ta-da!
Oh wait, right on your pocket.
Perfect.
Oh,
We're also gonna
that's
roll
not
out
got
some
the
white
police
fondant, cut out this
badge.
little bone and blue fondant
Still
to cut out these
very
little letters right here. They're so
the
cute,
letters.
adorable, and they say patrol, and we'll cut them out of blue fondant. Mo and I are rolling out some brown fondant now into strips. We're going to try to make them this long. This is the guide. And this
Wow.
is the decoration to
Give
go
me
around
that.
the base of each cake. We're
That's
gonna
the
put
lot
a
load
dog
of these.
collar.
The cake is
I love
really
the Paw
coming
Patrol
together.
fans,
It's
but
looking super cute.
Mine if I gonna
And
love the
now
Paw
we're just
Patrol,
gonna make some more
but I
decorations,
love that
starting
cake.
with a 3 because Grayson is turning 3.
Still
Again,
got
we're
3
gonna
years
cut out
old for
another
Grayson.
circle, and we're going to make it look like a little dog tag to go on the dog collar. And last but not least, we're going to roll cutter and these metal tapping tips. We're going to be cutting out some
Whoa!
next to the collar.
I love that!
Cutting out and making some gray details to look like the buckle of the dog's collar.
Ta-da! The cake is done.
It's awesome.
It looks so freaking good.
That's
I
awesome!
also got Grayson another toy, and sometimes I like to do this with cake decorations and designs. So look what I did. I got the toys.
Yay!
It's a double gift, and I really love this idea because if you guys are
Love the
you wanna make a
amazing
beautiful cake,
gift.
but you don't want to spend
How
forever
very
decorating,
adorable it
you can
is.
always get the little
Still got
toys
figures
and
on that
decorations on
too.
the cake. The cake is officially done. We have created this adorable Paw Patrol birthday cake, 2-tiered custom funfetti for little Grayson. Again, I'm going to be putting all the measurements, the ingredients, and the recipe in the description down below. So if you guys
That's
ever want to
awesome.
make it at home for a birthday party or a viewing party, maybe Paw Patrol will be having Paw Patrol 2 movie. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the videos.
So anyways, see you tomorrow with another video. A birthday video, perhaps.
Oh, it's over. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Well, that's it, folks. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching!